Welcome back to Control Alt Unboxing. Today I'm going to be unboxing the Nintendo Switch 2 exclusives for Resident Evil Requiem, the Resident Evil Generation Pack, and the Switch 2 Pro Controller. Let's go ahead and get started. So the Resident Evil Generation Pack launched February 27th, 2026. It retailed for $89.99. This is a pretty rare edition to get. It's been sold out at most retail locations. I was lucky enough to pick this up at Best Buy during one of their hot drops earlier this week, and it just came in earlier this morning. It includes Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition, Resident Evil 8 Village Gold Edition, and the newest title, Resident Evil Requiem, the base edition. It all comes packed in this collector's edition box. Now it is a game card key for each of the games, which is a little controversial for some people. In my opinion, I just wanted a physical edition to display on my shelf, and I was happy with this. I also do have a micro SD card for my Switch 2, so I'm not too worried about the space. But let's go ahead and get this cracked open. There is a sleeve on the top of it. Looks like there is a slight crease in mine. I'm not too worried about it, and since it is just the outer sleeve. And no fancy printing or anything, just plain white on the inside. It's the same art without all the Switch 2 promotional art. This was for the 30th anniversary of Resident Evil series. I like how they kept it a universal spine, fonts all the same. I do like when the fonts are the actual game logo, but this will be just fine displayed on the shelf. Looks like all three games are sealed in plastic wrap as well. We'll go ahead and get started with the Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Now this is the gold edition, so it does come with all DLC on the card itself. It should not be coming on a code, which is much better than when it just releases with a little insert with a code on it. Again, it is the game key card, so it does have the little key icon compared to other Switch cartridges, which is just the solid red background for it. There is some exclusive art as well. Some people do like flipping these cases over and displaying just the front. All these words kind of ruin it, but there is art printed on the inside, which is kind of a good thing these days because it's better than just having the plain white art in the background. This is the not for resale edition 2. I know a lot of times these games will go for a little bit more down the line, depending on what they are, of course, since they don't have the standard UPC barcode as this version sold alone would have. And I don't believe this version is actually being sold on its own. I think it's part of this pack only. Alright, we'll get the next one started. Resident Evil Village Gold Edition. Now I do know if this one for PS5, the Gold Edition did come with a code. I'm not too sure if this one has a code, but we'll take a look. It should be on the card as well though. And yep, it is on the game card as well. And here's the interior art for this. See a lot of the main characters. If you guys have played this game, then I'm sure you're familiar with who the character in the middle is. Of course, we have the silhouetted Ethan. We never get to see his face in the game at all. And of course, the surrounding antagonists of the game. All right, let's get the last one open. Resident Evil 9, Resident Evil Requiem. Now, I have been playing this one on PS5 myself. It is a great game graphically, and I heard it on Switch too. It runs pretty great too. This is different box art than the PS5 edition. This is the protagonist, Grace. And no codes for this one either. Everything that is released so far, I guess, is just on the card. And lastly, we do get a little bit of art on the back of this one. Looks like a wasteland of Raccoon City, which is a main hotspot of the game. And that is all 3 copies of the game that are included with the Resident Evil Generation Pack for Nintendo Switch 2. I hope you're able to pick up a copy yourself and it didn't sell out again from all the scalpers. Again, it retailed for $89.99. I picked this one up at Best Buy. Again, hope you guys can get your own version of this one. Oh, let's take a look. There actually is printed art on the inside of this box. These details make collector's editions a lot better, just to know they a little bit of above and beyond, just to put some art work inside the game. All right, let's move on to the controller. This is the Switch 2 Pro controller, the Resident Evil Requiem Edition. This also released on February 27th, 2026. It retailed for $99.99, so it is $10 more than the other Switch 2 Pro controller, just the plain black one. And this is the first Switch 2 Pro controller with any art on it, which is kind of a surprise. There's no Nintendo IP controllers. The first one was a third party for Resident Evil. It is a pretty cool controller, and if you're a big fan of the series, definitely would recommend picking this one up, because I'm assuming when these ones are gone, they're not making any more. Very similar back of the box, but you can see that there's a little bit more detail just for the Resident Evil on it. Of course, my box isn't in the greatest condition, but hey, we care about the inside, not so much the box on the outside. Let's get this one opened up. All right, inside, looks like we get the USB-A to USB-C controller charger with the Nintendo icon, just like the other Pro controller. And inside, some nice styrofoam wrapping. It's the controller itself, and just some plain white cardboard box. Wow, this looks a lot better than I thought it was going to. Oh, it's a nice gloss and matte mixed design of the logos. It is supposed to be a newspaper article from what I assume is in the game. It's got that same pearlescent kind of design in the plastic. And I do have another Switch controller beside me. I'll compare the two in a second. Nothing too fancy about this one. The only big difference, of course, is this plate that has the Resident Evil newspaper on it. And then the analog sticks are solid black compared to gray on the other Pro controller. And here's the other Pro controller. You can see the analog sticks, Resident Evil one is black, these ones are gray, and then of course the buttons on the top too. And of course this is probably the best controller in my opinion out right now. It just feels like a premium controller. I know a lot of people say the PS5 controller feels great, and it does have the analog sticks and of course all the vibration design over these ones, but this just feels like a solid controller. Very dense, very solid. All the buttons feel very tactical, and it's not like you're crunching anything. They all move very smoothly. I do like this black design over the other Switch controller. And maybe soon we'll get other colors of these in the future. All right, that has been the unboxing of the Switch 2 Pro controller and the Resident Evil Generation Pack. Feel free to leave a like and comment below if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to answer any for you. Thanks for watching. Bye.